Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Widgets and Wonders. This is my weekly show about great products from small companies. So today, we're going to take a look at some objective markers from Awaken Realms. Now, Awaken Realms is launching into the world of making resin accessories, and what they've started with, they call it The Awakening. They're doing a crowdfund right now for some cool sort of like scenic objective bits. And they sent me some to check out. They offered to send them to me painted, but I really wanted to see what they look like unpainted too, so I actually painted the ones that you'll see painted myself. And there's some unpainted examples so you can see what they look like raw as well. I thought it was kind of important. I wanted to see you guys to see the finished product and to see the stuff that was sort of pre-painted, pre-being painted as well. So let's take a look right now at some of the objective markers from Awaken Realms. So here we have some examples of the demonic wasteland terrain. There's some floating stones, skulls held by chains, and all kinds of odds and ends. And this is them in their unpainted state. So this is the kind of resin that they've cast these in. Now you can see they are gravity cast. So they're cast into a mold, and the weight of the resin pushes down and pushes everything into the mold. The molds are nice and clean. I haven't cleaned these at all. There's very little mold lines. The actual finish on everything is really, really nice. There wasn't any bits of mold in them either. There was no little bits of pink that you would see normally in a mold. They are coming apart on this line, so you can see there's a bit of flashing along the line right here where the mold splits, but it's really negligible. It came right off with the back edge of an X-Acto knife. And these guys are pretty much ready to prime. I primed them with my airbrush, so when you see the painted example, I will tell you that the resin that these are made from took primer beautifully. There was no problem with primer flaking or coming off or any kind of finishing issues on them. And the sets that they have available from their crowdfund get you a nice I think it's 6 that you get. As far as the total set for each one. And that's usually enough for an average 40K game, you know what I mean, where there's 5 or 6 pieces of terrain. The idea being that you get whatever the style you've picked. Now there are 2 other styles. There's Steampunk Tesla, which is a kind of brass energy look, and then floating crystals as well. I went with these because I thought they would look really cool for things like, Frostgrave or Mordheim or Malifaux to give us some stuff to interact with. So let's take a look now at some of the examples that I painted. So here's some painted examples. I painted 3 pieces. There's one you haven't previously seen, which is this little bone wall section held together by chains and hands. It's super creepy. There are, I think, some larger sections of it too that are available, which would make a nice sort of barricade. And these objective markers, this is all rope tied together for these piles of bones and skulls, the giant skull. And this one has the floating skull and stone, all again bound by chains, that I painted up, and it's on roughly a 40 mil base, so that's a pretty standard size for objective markers. And I gave them just a doom and gloom kind of Dark Souls palette with my airbrush and some hand painting, and I'm super happy with them. They painted up really quick, and I think they look really, really good. So great job on the sculpting. The casts were nice and clean, and the quality of resin is really high too. So there they are. I think that anybody who got a set, even if they're unpainted, could make them look really good with some simple paints and washes and a little bit airbrushing, and they'll probably add quite a bit to the gaming table. So nice job, Awaken Realms. Great first offering for some sculpting and accessories for the battlefield. All right, so there you have it, Demonic Wastelands by Awaken Realms. Their Kickstarter, The Awakening, will be linked in the video description below. I'm glad that you guys could have a look at them painted and unpainted, because I think that's a good examination of the quality of the stuff, and I think they look really nice. So if you guys do know of a great product from a small company I think is not getting enough attention, you can have them shoot me an email at guerrillaminiaturegames@gmail.com or message me through my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/outofthebasement-into-the-streets. Or you can have me try and get in touch just by mentioning them in the comments below, and I'll see if I can do it. I think it's a really brave act to create something and put it out there into the world, and it's worth supporting however we can. So I try and do my best to give those guys more exposure. So congratulations to all the indie artists out there working hard. Keep at it. You guys make some amazing stuff, and I love looking at it. Hopefully you guys like watching it. We'll see you next time for Widgets and Wonders. Until then, I'm Ash. Happy working.